Seen the patch notes yet. I wonder what they yo!
If I don't survive, tell my wife. No!
Hey folk, Funny Man here. Been a long while since I made a guide video, an updated one at that. So, the chainsaw got buffed, and I found it to be rather significant enough to make an updated guide about it, so here it is. First things first, all the music you will hear will be in the description chronologically, or you'll see a custom message that will appear, like this one. Secondly, all the capabilities of the chainsaw will be discussed, even if it is short, trust me, you'll need it. Third, I will speak on how to deal with each heavy on each front. This does not include sub-factions, you will get a short explanation for each of them at the end of the video. Finally, you'll see me recommend a loadout that I use against the base version of each faction, and I mean the base version, not the sub-factions. Trust me, I will be here forever if I had to make a loadout for each sub-faction. And I'm pretty sure you'll figure out how to customize it to your needs. I trust you Helldivers enough to do that, so just take the base version of the loadout I made and, you know, go wild with it. While the patch notes do mention that they buffed the chainsaw's hitbox, or in other words increased its range, they don't specify by how much. And by how much, I mean they buffed it to hit enemies up to 3 meters. And honestly, that is pretty fucking good. You are capable of hitting objects that are either to your left or to your right, or quite literally behind you if the chainsaw wants to work with you, that is. As a comparison, here's the stun lance. It can hit enemies up to 4 meters. That is a 1 meter difference. If you ask me, pretty fucking good. The chainsaw also has a grinding mechanic that can stun enemies, and while the chainsaw is grinding, you are capable of dragging it towards another object or enemy, so make use of it, as you will see in this, I don't know, example footage that I got. Honestly, that's just about everything the chainsaw is capable of. It can go up to, I believe, anti-tank level 6, which basically lets you grind, you know, the chainsaw against the Hive Lord if you wanted to. Not recommended. Past that, yeah, that's literally it. Imagination's the limit, go wild. Put the basics out the way, let's begin with the Terminid. Charges are my favorite heavy to 1v1, and give it the lobster treatment. If you happen to have a charger in front of you with no way to get past it, I recommend go in front, bait the stop, and maybe go back in chainsaw. If you notice that your chainsaw isn't grinding for whatever reason within like the first second, I highly recommend you back the fuck up, or you will be entering an early grave. The smart idea is as soon as you start grinding, it's to drag the chainsaw to one of its legs and, you know, remove the leg armor and shoot it for a quick kill once the armor is removed, or just keep grinding the leg if you got the time. Past that, you can go for the butt for an easy kill, or if you magically get on top, feel free to do a Sergeant Trooper. Impetus are a pain in the ass. If they have their tentacle down, just go for the weak point. There is no way to stun them, so just proceed with another solution to instantly remove them from the equation. While you can kill a Bile Titan with a chainsaw, you might as well just say you're not doing the mission, cause that will take you fucking ages. What are you thinking? Stalkers are easy prey on a 1v1 basis. If there is more, I hope you have something to stun with or stagger, so you can save from close a distance to ask for their life warranty. Since the chainsaw ranges up to 3 meters, aim for their face, similar to the spear guide, if you may have watched that maybe, as they charge you. If you are lucky, you will kill them instantly, or well, you'll kill them anyway. Alpha commanders are fucking nothing to you. They mean nothing. The only thing they're good at is running away like a little bitch, so just grind their face in. Nothing much to say on the Illuminate front. Flesh mobs are like the only things you can fight with a chainsaw. And no, we're not attempting to fight a harvester. Give up on that plan. Sure, it's easier than fighting an oversized stick bug, but you know, you got things to do and objectives to complete. So, beforehand, and I don't have any footage of this, but flesh mobs are basically impossible to be next to. Like, even physically next to whenever they were stunned. Or to hit with the chainsaw, because the range was too short. And because the range was too short, and there was this weird invisible barrier that was blocking you, you might as well just not use the chainsaw at all, and just about anything else. But recently, since we did get this range buff, you are able to grind on the flesh mob, and it doesn't kill them that quickly. You do need to whittle down their health. They got like 6,000 or something. You really need something else to like lower their health before you proceed to chainsaw. But otherwise you can kill them pretty reliably. Welcome to socialism, comrade, because they are only 3 heavies you would need to murder here with a chainsaw. If you are in front of a Hulk with guns for hands, go in front, bait their melee, then go back in for the kill. But simple as that. If it is a Hulk with a saw for a handshake, I pray you have stun grenades or something, because while you may be able to bait their melee attack, you cannot go back in for the kill, because for some reason they are way faster at recovering. So attempt at getting behind them or to the sides of them after you bait their melee, but yeah, that's about it. War Striders have their leg armor reduced from heavy to medium, so even the AMR can murder them now, so literally all you have to do is walk up to them, put the chainsaw next to their leg, it will instantly start grinding, they'll be stunned, they might move a little, but you know, but they'll be stunned, and yeah, they'll be dead after like a few seconds. Congratulations, those are War Striders. Tanks mean nothing to you, just get behind the transmission and grind it, then they'll die all the same. Literally, you have anti-tank level 5, you literally do not care, why should you care? Striders mean nothing to you, just be careful not to hit their rockets or it's basically instant death, either grind their legs or hit their stomach region, and yeah, that's about it. Welcome to the section where we discuss how to deal with hordes of enemies, deal with each type of mob, and how to approach fights, as well as your loadout. You are Temu Edition Doomslayer. Your ass is not surviving disgusting amount of damage that every enemy in the game wants to throw at you, you need to be smart about it. First things first, the Terminids are my personal loadout that you will be rocking. I use the Fiend Destroy armor from the Superstore. The rock solid passive in my personal opinion is meta for melee, as almost nothing in this game is capable of ragdolling you, so you stand there quite menacingly. If it helps to know, the new Bile Titan can't ragdoll you with its pathetic spit. In the primary section, you will be using the Halt Shotgun. I recommend you get used to switching between stun and flechette rounds at a heartbeat, because you will be using both of them, especially stun rounds. Stun rounds will be your savior from bugs chasing you and setting up kills. This is especially helpful for stopping bastard alpha commanders who run away. For your secondary, the ultimatum is non-negotiable. You lack anti-tank and thus require something similar in power to easily bring situations to meet favorable conditions. You can be easily overwhelmed, so having a pocket nuke to remove enemies like impalers, which are hard to kill with your chainsaw anyway, out of the equation makes everything so much easier. This also includes spore chargers if you don't have the ultimatum, and I understand not everybody has every single warbot on planet Earth. There are other alternatives like the 500 kg, rocket pods for impalers, or just relying on the expendable anti-tank. The choice is up to you. The normal ass frag grenade! You get 6 of them and you get 4 of them back from the supply backpack. This means you can throw these little babies without a care in the world. These are your main buggle clearers, alongside, well, dealing with packed of neatly hoarded enemies. You are easily overwhelmed. As I said before, you are Temu Edition Doomslayer, not the guy himself. So, if you see a pack of enemies that you clearly cannot kill with a chainsaw, throw a grenade in there, see as they magically disappear, or at least most of them, and then take care of the leftovers. If there's more incoming, throw more frag grenades, problem solved. Okay people, stratagem time. The chainsaw. Obviously. The thing with bugs is that you need to learn how to sidestep their attacks. Alpha commanders are the hardest to sidestep since their melee is rather large. Hunters are annoying because they can easily stick to you, but other than that, you can dodge nearly every single attack. While you can go grind the face of the warrior bug that is in front of you, you're just inviting the bug behind him to kill you, as their claws reach much further than you can to them with the chainsaw, unfortunately. The smart move is to go behind them and proceed to grind their tail. The enemy needs to begin turning, and you sure shit won't be giving him that time. The more 2 or 3 enemies are next to each other, the easier it is to kill multiple in one go once you get behind them. Just make sure to finish the job after spiral reconstruction, as for some reason the enemy might still be alive, so yeah, just make sure you do that. Hunters who jump at you can be dealt with extremely easily by just timing the chainsaw to hit them before they reach you. The supply backpack is literally your lifeline. It is there to give you stims, grenades, and ammo. Nothing to write home about, but basically it is carrying you throughout the entire game. Gas mines are great for the fact that they cover a large area. The gas kills most small to medium enemies while disorientating them, so it is literally your only solution for dealing with bug breaches if you ever have one next to you. While gas mines are great, it cannot take the enemy attention away from you if for some reason a horde magically refuses to step on the minefield and, you know, gets to you. Bit of a problem there if you ask me. Expendable anti-tank, your only heavy hitter next to the pocket cave. This thing will be responsible for enemies like impalers, spore chargers, titans, and side objects such as spore trees or shrieker nests. The pod itself is also your fifth stratagem. With all of this combined, your job on the battlefield is to do main objectives, close bug nests, do side objectives, and, well, insert the music. Prepare to run really effectively because once again, I'm sorry for repeating, but you're easily overwhelmed, so stepping for kills once you've assessed the situation. Staying aware keeps you alive the longest. A lot of fights aren't worth chainsawing your way through, so learn how to run towards objectives while wearing down the enemy behind you. Use stun runs to keep the enemy at bay, frag grenades to reduce their numbers, and I hope your aim with the EAT is good for heavies. Welcome to the Illuminate, and they're probably the shortest section in this entire video. You can bring a primary of any choice. Honestly, I personally bring the double freedom. Past that, yep, just bring anything that lets you deal with those flying fuckers especially. Secondary could be of any choice. I personally bring the warrant for watchers and those flying overseers if I need to. And the grenade is thermite for warp ships. That's all you'll ever use it for. You can use it on harvesters, you can use it on the flesh mob if you need to, or you could, I don't know, use it on the chokehold, but that's it. The Fiend Destroyer armor because of rock solid, because I will be fighting all 50 flesh mobs in close quarters, don't worry about that. For your first stratagem, chainsaw obviously. Because of the range buff, you can deal with zombie hordes far more effectively. Just make sure you drag it left or right if you notice Voteless coming from either side. They'll prevent any lucky hits on you, hopefully. And if you do start getting hit, rapidly, dive backwards, hit a stem, and then continue. Better safe than sorry. A single overseer means nothing to you. Just be careful if there are multiple overseers, because if multiple staffs hit you, even if you stem yourself, you are not out healing that damage, you will die. Otherwise, aim for the head with the chainsaw. Supply backpack for stims and thermite. Really, that's it. A Tesla tower for illuminate drops or gas mines, whichever one you want. EAT for harvesters or the commando, your choice. Okay, the socialist party, let's get you up the paw, shall we? For your primary, it's gonna be the eruptor. Not a surprise to anyone, I imagine. You're gonna need it for both gunships and closing fabricators. Ultimatum as a secondary, you're gonna need all the firepower you can get, trust me. Stun grenades, you can set up both Hulk kills and, well, anything else you're gonna need stun grenades for. Make a habit of staying prone whenever you throw a stun grenade. It will prevent you from being stunned yourself, especially if the grenade is close by. Fiend Destroyer armor, naturally, because we're in ragdoll territory, and I am not chancing myself of being ragdolled into a goddamn mine. Stratagem time. Chainsaw, obviously part 3, it is capable of killing all Devastator types instantly, aside from Berserkers, we'll get to them in a bit. Just go for their legs, literally, every time you see a Devastator in front of you, no matter what kind of Devastator it is, just go for the leg, they'll drop under a second. Berserkers do not go down the same as their legs transfer damage to their main health pool, so aim for the stomach region if you can. Make sure to swing earlier than you think, cause these are some fast Texas murderers. Troopers of all types can die to a single hit with the chainsaw, no shit, but since the chainsaw is really slow at swinging, I recommend you just use your elbow and break their fucking kneecaps, trust me, way faster. Okay, so since you are bringing a chainsaw to a futuristic gunfight, let me teach you on how to survive on not getting gunned down by everything you see. Much like how you may have learned how to bob and weave in the Terminid section by getting behind bugs, you must do the same here, except you need to go prone, quite often. Your most dangerous enemy, aside from heavies, are shield devastators. Their rapid machine gun fire and short cooldown is a death for many divers. That said, you can dodge it rather easily if you time your prone. By going prone, as soon as the machine barrage reaches you, you are able to dodge. This can also be done if you're being targeted by many more sources of damage. And don't feel too bad if you do end up getting hit. It is the automatons. They also have a big fucking cannon ready to turn into a mist. Also, just make a habit of running into hard cover as much as possible. You do not want to be in an open field. I don't think I had to say that, but, you know, just putting it out there. Okay, supply pack for stims and grenades. Do I need to say any more? For your first stratagem, the autocannon sentry to deal with both hordes and to deal with heavies. Rocket Sentry is also good, but it has the social anxiety of a fucking potato if an enemy is next to it, and the Giga Chad autocannon does not give a mechanical fuck. It will simply just shoot, that's why it's my boy. Last stratagem could be anything really. I personally bring EAT for fabricators that are far or for cannon turrets. You can choose whatever this slot might be. Congratulations, you've basically completed the Chainsaw Bootcamp Private. Here's yourself with my non-consensual signature. Let us move on to the next section. This section will focus on all sub-factions. Not all are available to fight as of this recording, so forgive me for the lack of a recording. I would like to introduce you to the Terminid's distance relatives that we have here. I would like to introduce you to the Cracker Speed Strain, say that 3 times as fast, where the Spore Bugs get an inherent speed buff after sniffing their buddy's dead body, are the most anti-chainsaw friendly bastards you will fight. Whenever you kill a Spore Bug with a chainsaw, the explosion damages you, reduces your speed, and cancels your chainsaw worst of all. While it is possible to bring a chainsaw loadout to fight them, you will be heavily relying on grenades, mines, any weapon that can deal fire damage to prevent the red mist from appearing. So with that, I wish you luck on that front. The Bile variant of Terminids are painful, but it is doable. They have Bile Spewers, Spore Chargers, and Bile Warriors. It is not recommended to engage close quarters with Bile Warriors due to the lingering effects of their bile, unless absolutely necessary. In that case, ensure to stem ahead. Spewers, on the other hand, always spit first when coming closer, so make sure to dodge and then saw their head off. Past that, my only advice is to bring a shit ton of explosives to deal with hordes of Bile Spewers, and yeah, that's about it, just play as normal. Predator Strain is difficult, fucking difficult. The Hunter Spam is a death sentence for most melee users. It is recommended to utilize grenades effectively, bring something to do with the hordes of predators and hunters such as gas mines or Tesla Tower. The chainsaw does work better here, but do bring something to stun or stagger predators before closing the distance to fight. Also stem effectively. Rupture Strain may as well be the most anti-melee faction possible next to the Spore Strain, since they are often underground and you sure shit can't dig with a chainsaw. And it is recommended to bring a primary with explosive properties to force the mole diggers out the ground and into the loving embrace of metal. Past that, I got nothing much for you. The Illuminati Cultists. The first one is Mindless Masses. They're just more voteless and more flesh mobs to rip and tear. Harvester spawns are far and few between, but not to be underestimated. Flying Overseers are non-existent when Mindless Masses is in effect. The Flying Stingray is also non-existent. There will be a shit ton more Overseers though. The Mexicans, as I call the appropriator mechs, are forklift certified. Be very careful, as the close quarters harasser will slam your insides outside if you don't dodge that slam attack. While the swap attacks pose no threat to a rock-solid user aside from damage, do be warned about being distracted preemptively back to your local Super Destroyer. After grinding a harasser down by the leg, leave the immediate area or you will be given the most bullshit death by an explosion that Arrowhead decided to put in half a second later. Gatekeepers, or in other words, I shoot 2 big fucking machine guns with explosives. While you can't chainsaw them, it is best to nuke them out of existence if possible. Obtruders are numerous, and in numbers even more numerous. It is recommended to bring appropriate weaponry that has more bullet than damage, as there will be an endless amount of these bastards trying to kill you. Do be careful when standing next to them, as they have the same explosive properties as the Watcher when dropping to the ground. So yeah, I wish you luck in that regard. The Socialist Parties, and I'm pretty sure my video is getting restricted for that line alone. Fire Brigade is just normal automatons with fire, and far more cracked in terms of damage. Just follow the same routine I taught you beforehand with the base automatons, and you might be fine. Jet Brigade, while possible the chainsaw, careful to not grind the Devastator jump packs as the explosion will set you on fire. Jetpack Troopers are to be given the kneecap treatment. Do not hit the jump packs unless you are feeling cold. Hulks are to be chainsawed in the front, or the large jetpack behind them will give you a talking to otherwise. Cyborgs are stupid easy to kill now. Beforehand, the lack of range usually landed you to eat the knee kick from the radical shotgun fellas. Now you will kill them first. The Agitator isn't safe either, but make sure to dodge those heavy shots they put out. Now, I just want to say, chainsawing a Vox engine is not recommended due to their insane 11,000 HP and durability. Either aim for weak points and toss a grenade in their vent, or utilize heavy explosives. That said though, I'm a massive fucking hypocrite, cause I did indeed chainsaw a Vox engine to death after many heavy explosions. And you know what, it was fucking worth it. Follow the same routine that I taught you with the base automatons, and you might be fine. They are far more numerous in numbers, but yeah, I got nothing encouraging to say. You got this. Hey folk, sorry for how long this took to make. I've been meaning to try and upgrade my quality if possible. Still stuck with this gaming mic, so I hope to get a better one at some point for voice recordings. So, how was the video for y'all? Was it informative? Were the jokes kind of funny? How were the tiny little animations? Leave a comment if you got something in your mind. I don't really have video ideas aside from, well, super long projects. So, if you want to see anything in particular, do tell. With that in mind, thanks for joining me. Keep well and grind till nothing is left. Until then, folk, see you next time.